Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Columbia City Baseball. Um, try to talk.
Test, test, 1, 2.
A horrible echo that is coming through on one of our computers. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Columbia City Baseball. Here we are, Columbia City, out on the field right now, with Lucas Schmidt as the pitcher, and Eli Platt behind the plate. Um, so today, Columbia City is facing the Wayne Generals, and last year, Columbia City beat Wayne. I believe it was 13-2, um, which that that was just absolutely unbearable for Wayne there. I mean, they got 10-run ruled, and now here they are trying to maybe get some revenge this year. But Columbia City moves to 2-1 after beating Busco 6-9 last time we played, which was before spring break here. And the pitchers for CC that game were number 9, Grayson Bradbury, number 12, Henry Neller, and number 18, Brady Schrader.
Yeah, Lucas Schmidt looking to pick up where he left off in the home opener, throwing a no-hitter. I believe he got the Player of the Week from one of the news outlets here in northeastern Indiana as the first pitch goes in for ball one.
So count being 1-0 now, as Schmidt's first pitch was a ball and his second pitch called ball there too. That one looked to be just a little high in the zone. So number 16, Javion Billingsley is batting right now as he takes his first strike there.
Good location there from Schmidt. Got him up high and outside the zone there. Third baseman playing a little bit back here. Wouldn't be surprised if you see maybe a little bit of a bunt.
But a swing and a miss there to move the count to 2-2 here. So far, Schmidt looking pretty all right up on the mound now after he got his first strike. And foul ball off that left field side.
Billingsley does a great job there at fighting, keeping the count at 2-2. Two-strike approach here. Have to shorten up. Put the ball in play, make the Eagles' defense
way high and outside there, moving to full count now. Right here, Billingsley definitely looking to put the ball in play or ball 4, and he gets ball 4 and makes his way down to first.
Great at bat by Billingsley. He got ahead 2-0. Schmidt battled back to even the count at 2-2, and Billingsley worked it full and drew a walk there. Had a foul ball, and Wayne has a runner at first. Going to get Schmidt working from the stretch here early on in the first inning.
So, batting now, number 7, Foster Kearns, who tried to lay down a bunt there, but ended up getting too low on it, and it rolled right over his bat.
Coleman Clark did a great job there at anticipating the bunt. They're playing in on the grass. I'm sure Coach Bell has his team in their bunt defense.
So count 0-1 now as Foster Kearns here probably looks to try to lay down a bunt one more time here. Blue calls strike on that as it didn't appear he pulled his bat back in time.
And Foster's got to get that down. You get 2 bunt chances here to move a runner in scoring position, maybe even get yourself on base there by putting the pressure on the Eagles' defense. You got to be able to get those bunts down.
So pitch flies in now, foul tip right into the backstop.
Does a great job staying alive.
Yeah, it was a pretty quick swing there to keep himself alive. One of those things where if you've got a quick swing like that, you can definitely make contact and at least try to get yourself down to first.
Schmidt's still ahead here in the count. You need to get him something to chase. Ball goes in the dirt. Zayden, give us a quick rundown of this Eagles defense out on the field to start.
So, pitching Lucas Schmidt, catching number 7 Eli Platt. Over at first is
double play. Turn it. Ooh. And see, Platt has to run down first base line. He's got to be there because now we got a guy at third base. Someone's got to be trailing that, and Platt needs to go back that up. And then you probably have Schmidt come at home plate in case something crazy were to happen, so home plate is guarded. But Platt's got to be busting it down the line there in that event right there. We can't have that. Now, you mentioned, Zayd, we did beat Wayne last year. Wayne has really struggled having a 500 record over the past few seasons. And while this team may look at Wayne, look at their record, and think, oh, this is going to be an easy game, as anybody that watches baseball knows, any game is free game. It doesn't matter your talent level. You just could be your bad day. And if the Eagles aren't careful here, Wayne can put up some runs here as they got one out and a runner at third, and it really should be 2 outs, nobody on.
Yeah, so Coach Bell just came out and talked to Blue about the runner that stayed in the field of play during that when he got out and then the error was thrown. So doesn't appear.
Nice bunt.
Perfect
Perfect
down,
bunt.
and
Nice job. There you go.
One score and out at first base.
Did a great job at hustling down the line and still made a bang-bang play. This is a great job by Wayne. That's your 3 guy, right? Your 3-hole hitter, not that you don't want them to bunt, but on a lot of teenage boys, okay, as the 3-hole hitter, you probably have a decent bat, and you're not always wanting to bunt the ball. But that's a great job of playing your role on the team in that situation, and you get the bunt, and you got a chance to put your team up 1-0. And he did a great job at doing what he had to do. He did his job. Great team baseball.
So number 3, Ladarius Griggs up to bat now as he takes first pitch swinging strike, and second pitch a high ball in the zone. 2 outs on the board now as the previous play scored a run, but Lucas Schmidt was able to pick up the bunt and throw it down to the first baseman, number 23, Devin Kreider. Count moves to 1-2 now as Schmidt's pitch came in as a looking strike. And from the windup, he throws. Ball in play, down to Getz. Getz throws it over to first to retire number 3. So, a little bit of a rough start for Columbia City. A score that happened because of an error that was able to get the Foster Kearns over to third base, and then he scored on Eric Eschevra's bunt. But score moving 1-0 in favor of Wayne. Let's see if Columbia City can bounce back here as number 2, Javion Billingsley, moves out to the mound now.
The Eagles did a great job there while yes, they did have an error which turned into an unearned run. They did a great job at staying calm and not letting them turn that into more runs and more errors. So probably 6-7 years ago, you definitely would have seen a team get rattled by that and just maybe even unravel 2 to 3 more runs in that first inning, but they did a great job. Schmidt did a great job at staying composed. He got that ball, the bunt to first, been a nice clean play. Again, sometimes you're looking at, third, the batter's making his way down there. I got to get this ball up and quick, and Schmidt did a great job at staying composed and get the clean out with Devin Kreider. Beautiful Chamber of Commerce afternoon today, isn't it, Zayden?
Yes, it is. We're finally starting to warm up here in Columbia City, as the next few days are supposed to be in the 70s. I am starting to love that. Beautiful baseball weather coming up here.
It is. You never know what you're going to get with early April baseball weather. You could get this weather. You could get, who knows, maybe even 80 degrees, and you might get the exact opposite of some snow, some sleet, and some frigid temperatures.
Yeah, I know. Well into last year, it was still snowing, even in May, which is just definitely not the conditions you want to play in. And I don't think Columbia City got to play a whole lot last year just because of those cancellations. So, leading off, number 4, James Getz. So James Getz played second base and was able to get the final out of the inning, fielding the ground ball and throwing it over to Kreider. So let's see if he can reciprocate his great fielding with some good batting now.
Getz has some really good speed. Third baseman's playing in on the grass, so they are prepared for any type of early bunt. As again, they probably know Getz has some good speed, some quick hands there at the dish.
Puts ball in play over to the
It's going to be a close one.
shortstop.
He kind of trips it.
Ooh, safe,
Bang,
called
bang
safe.
play. And that's why you always hustle the ball. That's why you always hustle down the line, folks. I love those videos of Mike Trout busting down the line, whether it's a ground ball, fly ball, and he ends up beating it out and turning nothing into something, or turning something into nothing.
Yeah, so Getz was able to beat out the throw from shortstop to first. Shortstop fielded it cleanly. It was just Getz' speed that got him there. And now number 9, Grayson Bradbury, takes ball 1 high in the zone.
We'll see if Coach Daly and Coach Bell want to be aggressive early on the base paths, as this team does have some really good speed. Test the pop time in the arm of the catcher behind the plate. And there goes Getz.
Called strike, and the catcher bobbled it as Getz was able to steal his way into second there. So Grayson even in the count 1-1 with Getz on second in scoring position. From the stretch, the pitcher throws, ball in the dirt for ball 2.
Great job by Bradbury holding his open palm up to Getz, is telling him to stay there at second, ball in the dirt. Coach Daly's moved down towards home plate in the event of a ball in the gap to give Getz a good sign to hold up or continue going home.
So catcher walked out there giving a little sign there. I wonder if they're going to try to trick Getz into something.
Good eye there from Bradbury.
Yeah, that one looked like it was right on the edge of the zone, just a little inside. Luckily, Bradbury held his own there and was able to get the ball call, moving count to 3-1.
Bradbury's got a great chance to either put himself on base or he can move Getz. You get something to the right side, find a hole somewhere. Ooh, and that's fair.
It's called fair.
Daly's giving Getz the green light, and Bradbury's going to get a stand-up double as he kind of runs into the shortstop accidentally.
So would you call that an error, E5, or would you give that to Bradbury?
Well, we'll have to check the book there. That's kind of a tough play, and the tough angle here was, again, we couldn't really tell if it was fair or foul. We had to check the umpire there. We'll have to check with the scorebook keeper and see what the official score is. I think if you got a glove on him, one of those guys where if you get a glove on it, you probably should have made the play. But I couldn't tell if he got a glove on it from this angle or not.
It did appear to bounce off his glove, and I think that's why Blue called it fair, as it kind of bounced off his glove behind the plate.
Coach Daly has nobody out here for his Eagle squad as Brady Schrader steps in.
Ooh, takes an outside pitch for strike 1 there. Brady Schrader down in the count now. Brady is definitely a power hitter here after hitting his first home run of the season in the season opener. So Brady definitely looking to hit something way into the outfield now and score Bradbury.
Well, off speed, missed the zone. Outfield definitely playing a little bit of a shift on Schrader. Center fielders to our left of the second base bag. Schrader pulls that one foul. Got to be a good 2-strike hitter here. Can't strike out. You got to put the ball in play. Make the defense make a play. Maybe get Bradbury to third base if you put something on the ground. And there's a nice shot to right. That was a hit and
goes
run. That's going to be over his
the
head.
Bradbury on his way in now. He scores. Schrader going to third. Schrader makes it all the way to third base.
Nice power to the gap. Definitely outfield next time he comes up is probably going to give him a little bit more respect. And he did that with no wind. You look at the flag out there, isn't really blowing too much. And the Eagles are pouncing up early with 2 early runs here with nobody out. And senior Landon Iden.
So Landon Iden comes up to the plate now. He's a bit of a mixed bag here. A little bit of power, a little bit of speed here. So just about any ball in play will work for him. The middle infield playing in on the grass now, looking to catch anything that bounces on the ground and maybe get Brady out here.
There's a good shot.
Buddy drives one into left field. Brady jogs on in, and Iden is safe over at first base. So
the offense continues for this Eagles varsity squad. As the transfer from Homestead, Coleman Clark's going to step in here.
Coleman Clark had a very good opening day here for Columbia City. Pickoff, Schrader able to make it back with just a little time to spare. Coleman Clark definitely had an all-around great day of baseball opening day, and I'm kind of looking to see that again here, just because, you know, it's one of those things where Columbia City really needs the wins here. And another pickoff.
Definitely keeping Iden honest over there. They've already tested the defense behind the plate a few times. No lead is safe here in any type of baseball game. No lead is safe as the catcher pops up to looking back down there at first.
Yeah, they're really trying to check Iden out, make sure that he doesn't try to make his way to second a little early or anything, as the catcher even popped up there. Iden on his way down to second and called out as the throw beat him, apparently.
So the throw definitely beat him. It was a little bit high. Bang, bang play.
Well, yeah, the throw definitely beat him. It was just, it looked like the tag may not have beat him. But either way, Landon called out there. And
good eye there from Clark.
yeah, good eye. Count moves to 3-0 now with 1 out on the board.
Definitely nice to see this Eagles squad be a lot more aggressive as Coach Bell and Coach Daly continue to improve and build up this program. They just add more weapons to the arsenal and figure out more ways to be creative with your offense, give you more opportunities to score, which in turn is going to give you more opportunities to bring home some W's.
So Vanderford opening day had 2 doubles to his name, and he's definitely looking to repeat that here. It's just one of those things where you hit 2 doubles a game and your confidence really boosts, and if you have that confidence booster there, you just become an all-around better baseball player, especially since he's been doing work out in right field. So Iden could in all reality here score a couple more runs for Columbia City here, as first pitch comes in called strike.
One of the few lefties in this Eagles lineup, senior Drew Vanderford.
And he slams one down the right field foul line. It goes foul in the away team's bullpen, but he slammed that one.
Vanderford did a good job of squaring that up just a little bit early. You can kind of see the defense, the outfield shift a little bit towards right field. We'd love to see Vanderford
Pickoff.
take something the other way.
Clark able to get back to the base in plenty of time. From the stretch, pitch comes in, way up in the air, and
You better get back quick. That's
double
gonna be
play. Oh, no, error. Oh,
someone's got to be there.
Coleman on his way to second, round second, goes in standing as Vandy hit a fly ball way over to the second base side, and the second baseman threw it without seeing if his first baseman was there. Devin Kreider up to the plate now, and Kreider's a huge power hitter. So Vandy is definitely in scoring position here. Could move the lead to 4-1 as first pitch called strike on that outside edge. Blue's been giving that outside edge a whole lot, not a lot on the inside, but the outside edge has been called a few times for both pitchers now.
Yeah, we'll have to see Lucas Schmidt take advantage of that when he gets back on the mound, which should be good because he's a lefty, and that should be nice for him to sit out there on that outside corner as Kreider here looks to continue this Eagles lead with 2 outs. As they're getting kind of close to potentially batting around here. No behind and on deck. Kreider just misses that one. Shoots it to the right here of the press box. What's the upcoming schedule look like, Zayden, for this varsity squad?
Unfortunately, I do not know that. I could look it up here, but right now all I know is Columbia City's moved to 2-1 after winning opening day and then winning against
Looks like they got Wawasee at Wawasee on Thursday and then Friday against Warsaw. Got a couple of NLC teams. And a nice breaking ball just freezes Kreider for a backwards K. That'll end the first inning. Beautiful Monday afternoon. Eagles 3, Wayne 1.
Lucas Schmidt makes his way back out to the mound here. Not surprising as he put on a great performance in the top of the first. So as we move around here, I'm pretty sure Columbia City's going to keep their same lineup, hoping to keep Wayne from scoring this inning, or at least scoring only one like they did last inning.
Yeah, Schmidt's yet to, now again, it's only his second outing in the first inning of the second outing, but he's yet to allow a hit this year.
I did not know that. That's pretty interesting, especially since thinking about it, Steven Neller last year for junior varsity ended up throwing a no-hitter. I can't remember against which team. Only a few runs were allowed due to just unnecessary errors and a couple of walks thrown, but Schmidt could definitely repeat that here. Hopefully throwing a few more no-hitters throughout the season. Number 15, Kyle Romer, maybe Raymer, Roemer, up to bat now. He looks to be a power hitter. And first pitch called strike there. On that outside edge that we talked about, Lucas Schmidt definitely taking advantage of that outside edge as second pitch in. Ball put in play to the shortstop, Bradbury. Bradbury throws it over to Kreider, and Kreider tags out.
There we go. Now you see Platt running down the first baseline. I think he learned his lesson from the first inning there. Yeah, nice routine play there from Bradbury. Throws just a little bit off. That was a nice hard contact hit there from Romer. Schmidt's going to get a lefty-lefty matchup here. You can see the Eagles defense go ahead and start to shift just a little bit to the right side.
Yeah. Landon Dancer, the first lefty we've seen out of this group, I believe. As he takes first pitch strike, second pitch ball as it bounced off the ground. So Landon Dancer would be the sixth batter in the Generals lineup here as he takes third pitch ball.
Good block there from Platt. Keeps it in front of him. Schmidt's definitely doing a really good job at working relatively quickly, trying to keep that pitch count low, go deep in this game. And you got two games on. You got a game Thursday and Friday. Hopefully, you can avoid the bullpen, as traditionally, while we're seeing Warsaw have been very, very good competitive programs over the last few years.
And full count now, as last pitch he took a looking strike, and then this pitch that just happened was a ball, and ball four in the dirt. So Landon Dancer makes his way over to first base, and number 9, Caleb Richards, up to bat now.
Wayne still in striking distance, so we'll see if maybe you try to do you got some options here. You could run a hit and run. You got one out. You might try. I'm not sure what the speed of Dancer is.
Ball one inside. With only one out on the board and your first runner of the inning over on first, still a lot of breathing room here for the Generals to make a move and possibly get in scoring position and score their second run of the game. Ball called low there. Count moves to 2-0 with one out on the board.
Schmidt's doing, from this angle at least, looks like he's doing a great job of going from the stretch when he picks that right leg up, of being relatively deceptive to the runner at first, so they can't really see immediately if he's going to go to the plate or if he might make that move to pick off. Kind of the little, not comparing him to Andy Pettit, but that Andy Pettit move of, as a lefty, you just bring that leg straight up, and the base runner is just pretty much just guessing where you're going to go. And Schmidt's having some location issues here in the top of the second. See if we can get a pitcher's best friend here, a little double play action. See if he has the red light here on 3-0. And he sure does.
All right.
Zayden, are you one of those guys, old school? It's okay. There's no right or wrong answer here, where if it's 3-0 as a batter, should the batter just automatically take that, or should they, if it's there, go ahead and swing?
I feel that if it's there, you got to swing. You got to always stay aggressive. Make sure the bats are rolling. That's how you get back in this game. Definitely, if you just keep being aggressive, stealing bases, making sure bats make contact with the ball. Just like that, only that one was hit to center field.
Get him a second. Get him at second. He got him.
Bounces right to Iden, and Iden throws it to the second baseman, James Getz, for the only runner to still be at first now. Just beautiful play by Iden there, able to charge the ball and pick it up real quick. Dancer just tried to make sure that it wasn't caught and that you get back to first in time, but here we are, the second out of the inning, just being thrown out, and pickoff move by Schmidt. But yeah, as I was saying, you just got to stay aggressive. I mean, it's got to be one of those things where if you're gonna go, you gotta go. If you're gonna hit the ball, you gotta hit it with everything you've got.
Ooh, there's a nice shot to the other side. Beautiful hitting there. Takes the outside pitch to the right side. Nice shot there by Berkeley. We got first and second with 2 outs. Looking for line drive, something in the gap. Maybe bring home that runner from second, as you got your 9-hole hitter here, the right fielder.
Yeah, Cash Gaines moves into bat now, and takes first pitch ball there. But like I was saying, getting those bats going, and right there, Ashton Berkey was able to hit one right into that right field side, and now they've got a runner in scoring position and a runner on first. So Columbia City in danger here of loading up the bases as Cash Gaines actually swung at that pitch, stepping towards third base. Makes you wonder if he might be scared of getting hit by the pitch here. Yeah, his initial movement is stepping outside and opening up his body, which makes you lose a lot of range with that bat and a lot of power in a sense.
Runner's doing a good job at getting their 2-out leads. Second base, again, can't really tell from this angle, but we're second base, you got 2 outs. If you're on second base, you want to take a couple steps back to get a nice angle to round third base to get a straight line home. Platt, good job at keeping it in front of them to prevent the runners from advancing.
Yeah, if Wayne wants to do something here, they've got to make sure this runner gets on base. It's full count, and I mean, if that ball is there, you've got to be ready to hit it, at least put in place somewhere. And called strike 3. That one looked a little low, but now Wayne making their way out on the field. Columbia City getting ready to start up their bats again.
Platt coming out of that called third strike, wincing his hand a little bit. Ball in the dirt must have nicked him. Schmidt did a great job there at that defense of preventing any runs from scoring as they got into runners in the scoring position. You can see Coach Comfort having some conversations with his defense.
Yeah. One of the main things that got Columbia City their win against Central Noble in the season day opener was just how aggressive they were. Being aggressive around the base paths, constantly keeping their bats going. I mean, Central Noble's pitching didn't help a whole lot in their case, but just, you know, all around aggressive baseball from Columbia City, and I believe that's what helped them get such a large 10-run rule in both the JV game and the varsity game. So as we take a look here, Columbia City coming out now, Noble Heinen to lead off and Platt to back him up. Noble Heinen last year, I keep harping on about this, but it was just so cool to see Noble able to hit a grand slam last year that went right over that right field fence. And just, you know, out of everybody on this team, you would have never expected it from Noble, but he did it, and he slammed it right out of here. So I want to see something like that from him again. It doesn't have to be a grand slam, but just something way out in the outfield to touch the fence. That could give Columbia City a start that they need.
Yep, Heinen's definitely got some hidden pop there in the left-handed bat. Has that traditional no batting gloves look. And Noble's younger brother gets a chance to announce him as he gets in the batter's box. Little big brother, little brother love there.
So, Noble here takes
Ooh.
first pitch, almost hit by pitch there as it went behind him. He was able to high step his way out of it.
Zayden, you familiar with Andre Bell?
I am unfortunately not.
So, used to play for the Orioles. Well, it was one of the teams he played for, but he's famous for his famous video out there. He got hit, and he refused to go to first base because he wanted to swing the bat.
That definitely sounds like something a lot of this team would do, is just instead of, you know, taking their base, they would want to keep hitting. Just a lot of this team wants to put the ball in play, wants to be aggressive. So, and ball way up in the air over third base side.
You got to run this out. This could be trouble, says the shortstop calls off the third baseman.
So Eli Platt making his way to the plate now. It doesn't seem to be that he's nursing that hand anymore, but just something to see here. If he gets a bad rattle off the bat, something to look for. His first pitch called ball there. It was on that outside edge that team's been trying to hit so often here, but it looked like the catcher dropped and maybe influenced the blue to not call it. Platt puts it way out there on right field side. Error by the right fielder, and he is on his way to second.
Coach Comfort immediately sending him to second base. Coach Deckman, And the Eagles have a runner in scoring position here. Platt's got some good speed.
James Getz, last time up to bat, he was able to hit a single, and hopefully he can repeat his last time up to bat, if not do anything better here.
He beat out that.
Ooh, hit by pitch there.
There he goes.
So,
great opportunity for the senior center fielder.
Now batting number 9, Grayson Bradbury.
So, on his way to the plate now is Grayson Bradbury, who's actually one of the few sophomores on this varsity team here. I believe he ended up pitching against Busco for the 6-9 win for Columbia City there, as he takes first pitch ball.
With one out here, you probably won't see any type of bunt to move the runners into second and third with one out. As he puts one to the right field.
Slams one
Great
into
placement.
right field. It's a hit, touches the fence, and on his way in is Platt, gets right behind him, and Bradbury in at third. A triple hit for Bradbury right there. Just absolutely beautiful hit. And Schrader on his way to the plate now, with Bradbury just 90 feet away from home.
Eagles looking to put up a crooked number here. Schrader with another RBI chance.
Takes first pitch strike. He thought about swinging at it but held himself back. Looked a little high in the zone there, but was called high and just a little outside on that edge there that we've been talking about.
Infield's in again. Definitely looking for something in the air, up the middle. Would be a perfect placement here.
And he
shot.
slams
It's
it
in the
to
air.
left field. Left fielder not able to catch it. And Brady on his way to second, scoring Bradbury. Brady able to walk his way into second there.
Now batting number 6, Landon Iden.
So Landon Iden up to bat now, and he hit a solid hit his last time out there. And if he hits another one here, he would definitely be able to score Brady Schrader and make the score 7-1. And Iden definitely looking for that power hit there, as he swung around like a rubber band right there. Just really wanting to crank one into the outfield, maybe even over the fence. Foul tip rolls right behind the catcher.
Finds himself behind early in an 0-2 count here. Coach Daly's moved into that spot below third base.
Ooh, outside call for strike 3. It was definitely way away from the plate there, but unfortunately it retires Iden, and number 8 Coleman Clark on his way up to the plate now.
I saw this video, that's probably been about a week or two ago, but it was an umpire's view of some major league game, or it could have been a spring training game if it was a couple weeks ago. And it's easy to sit back and, regardless of what event it is, whether it's baseball or whatever event it is, and sit there and for fans to complain or whatever it might be, but it's not an easy thing there to sit back there and call strikes consistently or balls consistently, and you always hear about bad calls, whether it's on social media or on the sporting news outlets, but most of the time you don't really hear about the times when the umpires are very, very accurate and have a really, really good. Again, that's just the way it's going to go because it's easy to sit back there and criticize, but you find what the umpire's calling early on, you can do your best to exploit that. As we've said a number of times so far on the broadcast, that outside corner is where that umpire likes to maybe give you half an inch or whatever it might be.
Yeah, it's like you said, you don't hear about the great times that umpires have. Shortstop throws over to first and retires Coleman Clark to end out the the bottom of the third or second, bottom of the second. But it's one of those things you don't hear about all the great times the umpires have had. But one of the things I heard is as we slowly start to mature in our baseball leagues, umpires have just been getting better and better as time goes on, calling more accurate ball strike calls, more accurate outs and stuff like that. But all you hear is about the horrible calls that some of the Blues have made, like Angel Hernandez is a big one in the MLB. But there was an up and coming minor league ump who actually for the entire game called correctly except the first pitch of that game. And it's one of those things where I'd rather hear about that instead of all the times maybe Joe West or Angel Hernandez had messed up. Hearing about the good times the Blues call great games and stuff like that is just a lot better. So as we look here, Blue just likes giving that outside edge, and like him or hate him, Blue's always right.
I tell you, this would have been years ago, probably before you maybe even paid attention to or able to pay attention to baseball, Zayden. But back when Roy Halladay, the Doc, was still alive and still pitching. One of the greatest pitchers that the game has seen. He had an awesome stretch, dominant career. But he was, they had this stat that anytime this home plate umpire had Roy Halladay, Halladay's record was just, again, you could see the difference in how great he was. And a lot of it was Halladay was a quick pitcher. He worked really quickly, and he knew that this umpire liked to work really quickly. And so when you find those advantages, you can exploit your enemy. And knowing, like I said, that outside corner, see if we can sit out there and live there and take advantage of it. As Schmidt gets a frontwards K to start the top of the third. And there's no surprises. There's an umpire shortage. Even with little kids, there's a coaching shortage. Everybody likes to complain and feel like it needs to be perfect. And sometimes man, I wish somebody would just get a parent out there and let them call it and see how much better they could do.
Yeah, definitely not a big surprise there. A coaching shortage for kids, where as you hear it a lot more nowadays that parents are just getting way into it. You know, yelling at the Blues, yelling at the coaches. You know, just why isn't my girl out there pitching, or why isn't my son out there pitching? You know, just one of those things where it's like, you know, it kind of ruins the game of baseball. Baseball's supposed to be fun, America's favorite pastime. And I mean, here we are watching a game of baseball, and even though, you know, you could disagree or agree with the blue, it's just a bunch of guys getting out there doing what they want to do. And strike three again.
Great breaking ball in the outside corner. Backwards K there for Schmidt. Let's see if he can get 3 strikeouts here and retire the side in 3 strikeouts.
All right, so as Eric Echevra moves up to the plate now, he hits one way out into center field, and Iden able to make the running grab. 3 up, 3 down for the inning. Beautiful, beautiful
efficient.
top of the inning there.
Very efficient. Pretty sure that was, if it wasn't under 10 pitches, it had to be maybe 11 or 12. But very efficient there from Schmitty on the mound.
Yeah, quick inning, quick top of the third there. Just beautiful played baseball from both Schmidt and Iden, who was able to make that grab out there in center field. It was actually more right center field-ish, but you know, just great hustle by Iden there, and just awesome perseverance by Lucas Schmidt to get his second scoreless inning here. Now, Columbia City here with a 6-1 lead. Would you think that they'd start changing anything up?
I think Coach Day was going to keep the same thing. Probably still be aggressive. Again, you never know exactly what can happen. Next inning, they could go up 3 down, 3 up and 3 down here, and then Generals come out and we have 2 errors and they put up 3 runs, and now it's 6-4. So I think they're going to keep doing what they're doing and stick to the game plan. You can't let up. You got to be cutthroat with any team at the varsity level.
Yeah, it's just unfortunately last year I didn't get to see a whole lot of this varsity team. I got to see some of the JV, but I'm glad to see some of these guys out here that played JV last year playing varsity, because those boys last year really deserved it. Drew Vanderford being a big one here. Didn't see, I saw him just a little bit peeking both sides, both JV and varsity, and now here he is as a senior, and just absolutely glad that he's playing here. He's hit himself into doubles, singles, just been clobbering them. And takes first pitch ball here. It appears that we may have stayed with the same pitcher from Wayne here, which is kind of surprising seeing as he let up 6 runs already. But just kind of goes to show how persistent he's trying to be here. But just thinking about it, don't you think that pitcher's got to be a little rattled up at the mound now?
Yeah, it depends on where your mental toughness is at, right? We don't know what their schedule is this week. They may have 2, 3, 4 games this week, and if that's the case, then early on you don't want to waste your arms, especially with a non-conference opponent. But right, this is where you kind of see, what are some of your pitchers? What are some of your pitchers made of? Trying to see here, Foster Burns, he's a senior, so you would hope that he'd be one of the guys on this squad that is not going to get rattled mentally, as maybe an underclassman would, as Vanderford works this to a full count.
Actually, I do believe they made a pitching change. Oh, Vandy into right field and caught by the right fielder. Just a solid believe it was Javion Billingsley that was pitching first. Count moves to 1-2 now. But even so, if that's the case, I think they've stuck with Foster Kearns here. I think they had him out there last inning too. Just me not paying attention here, but if that was the case that he was out last inning, they made an early pitching switch, so yeah, count moves to 2-2 now, 1 out on the board. Kreider last year, very powerful hitter, able to put a lot of stuff in the outfield. Let's see if he can do that this year too. He hasn't been too bad around home plate. As count moves to full now.
Kreider's one of the few Eagles in this squad that's got a beard growing there.
And pitch comes in. Ball 4, Kreider takes his base.
Must have been a little bit high as that looked like it was on the outside corner. This umpire's been allowing some strikes.
Noble Heinen up to the plate now. He was able to hit one into that right field side his last time up to bat, and maybe he push a little oppo here, try to get something down that left field line.
And there was a decent location to do it outside.
Count moves to 1-0 as the catcher kind of fumbled it there. It was on that outside edge on his left-hand glove side. Kreider could have definitely tried to take advantage of that. Just one of those things where he's trying to play smart baseball out there, make sure he doesn't get out early here.
There's a good shot.
Noble was able to push it oppo into that left center field side, able to get Kreider over to second and himself over to first. And now Platt up to the plate.
Back to the top of the order here. And
Now,
Getz is going to go courtesy run for the big man, Devin Kreider.
actually, that'd be number 2, Keegan Spencer, on
Excuse
his
me.
way out there.
Thank you for the correction.
And then, yes, Platt up to bat now. He was able to push one oppo onto that right field side right after Noble did it. Just a little insult to injury. But let's see if he pulls one here now. Follows in the footsteps of Heinen.
Senior catcher has a good chance here to drive in a couple of runs as Spencer and Heinen both have some good speed.
Yeah, Spencer was definitely one of our faster players last year on JV, and glad to see he's getting a little varsity time out there, as he's a very fast runner. Just like Getz, short and quick. He's able to get to the other base in no time flat. So can't wait to see if he takes advantage of that, as Aiden hits himself. Aiden hits himself a single, but unfortunately Heinen gets out at second on fielder's choice.
Platt there at the fielder's choice. Great job at busting it down the line. And Zach Berry's going to courtesy run for the senior catcher. And we got first and third here with 2 outs. So we'll see if Coach Daly wants to maybe try and steal a run with some first and third offense. You got 2 outs. Some options here. You have a fake squeeze. More likely we might see Barry over there at first do a box steal where he'll keep leading off until you get the pitcher to step off and make a throw, and you might try and get Spencer to score.
That's what's happening. Barry keeps walking. Barry keeps walking.
And they may just let him take it. Yep, and you're going to look for Spencer here. He needs to score before Yes, there
Error
we go.
by the pitcher, and
There we
Barry on
go.
his way to third. Barry's going all the way, and he
Nobody's covering. There we
scores!
go.
Barry able to make it home on the balk steal. That was just very smart baseball right there, moving the score to 8-1 here. That just beautifully played baseball there. Barry was just immaculate baseball right there. Spencer able to get the pitcher to throw an error right above the catcher, and nobody went home to cover, and Barry just took advantage of that. It was awesome.
That's one of the things that I really enjoy.
Come on, get a take. Win it, four, let's go. Good hold.
Now batting number 9, Grayson Bradbury.
Come on, Brad. Come on, Knight. Come on, Knight.
But when Ralphie is the one that barks, and then Buddy is like, and then there's Daisy that's like right behind us, and she never goes outside very much here, but she's the big old kid.
All right, Brad. Stay hot. Find one the other way again.
The only one that I really know was the one across
What do you say, Brad?
by the hair. Because he barks all the time. Yeah.
Go, 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 go. Up, good. Get through that, boy. Yeah. Come on, Niner. Come on, kid. Come on, Brad.
Did you hear about those? The broken ear cooking? Yeah. Well, I actually
Come on, Brad.
heard of that her best friend.
Down, it's down, it's down. Get down, ball. Yeah.
And the Eagles, for the third straight inning, Zayden have put up 3 runs.
All right. So number 18, Brady Schrader, up to the plate now, as Bradbury just hit a way fly ball right into that right foul line there that stayed fair. And Brady takes first pitch, hit by pitch.
Now batting,
Number 6, Landon Iden walking up to the plate now. And now we got runners on both first and second here. So let's see what Columbia City can do here. Got the 9-1 lead, 2 outs on the board, and they've got runners both on first and second. Iden up to bat now. He's slammed a couple to the outfield. One he got out on, the other he didn't. So
Gets to the shortstop. Gets it to second baseman without an error there. Or excuse me, Bradbury. Iden's locked in. Kicks and deals, and inside for ball 1. Eagles have an 8-run lead here in the bottom of the 3rd. 2 outs. First baseman's in on the grass as Iden shoots that one into the visitors' bullpen.
So count moves to 1-1 here, and Columbia City 2 outs on the board right now. Just one of those things that they don't have a whole lot of breathing room, but they've been aggressive so far. And yes, talk about aggressive there. That looked like it was Bradbury who made his way over to third, and Schrader over to second. Definitely didn't need to steal there, but just like I said, you know, being aggressive, staying aggressive, that's what wins you games here. Because now Iden could definitely hit both of these guys home. Even if he just takes a crack shot single over to the right field side, definitely could score both of these guys.
One of the things I appreciate about Coach Daly is he's not going to play, you know, whether you're up big or you're down. He's going to keep trying to do what he wants to do, and that's being aggressive. As Iden fouls that one up to shoot.
Bounces in the bleachers.
And as you can tell by the sound there, nobody did catch that before it hit the bleachers. Maybe off the bounce. But he's not going to take it easy on you. And we remember having these conversations at the JV level. You know, when we would be we would be on the opposite end of these situations, and the teams wouldn't take it easy. And then we get on these situations, and we're like, we're not going to let up. I mean, no one lets up when we're down, so we're going to keep doing the same thing. And just a miscommunication there.
Yeah, the pitcher, you know, he thought he was camped under it, but it ended up getting a little bit behind him, and now 1 run scored for Columbia City, moving the score to 10-1. And Coleman Clark up to hit now. It was a way pop fly, and you know, Iden just got really lucky there and was able to score Bradbury on that.
And that's why you always run those out. You know, some guys may see that and they may just start jogging. And I don't remember if anybody was covering first or not, but if someone's covering first, if you jog, you can be thrown out on that play and ended the inning. But good job by Iden. We got a first and third here. I doubt we're going to see Daly run the same thing, but you might just see a steal and see if the Generals throw down or if they just hold on to it. Yep. Ooh. And there he's going to go. Oh, Schrader's going. Ooh. And he held on, and there will be the third out. As the pitcher, that slide got him there in the knee, and there's nothing we can really do about that. Schrader did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, just one of those things where Schrader's a big guy. He really is, and, you know, trying to stop all of that when he's barreling towards home, not one of those things you necessarily want to face. And it's really lucky that the pitcher only came out with, it looked like he just had a roughed up ankle there. Could have definitely been a lot worse, but luckily it didn't seem too bad. He was able to walk off the field just fine. So still staying with Schmidt, Columbia City 9-run lead here. Not surprising that they're still sticking with Schmidt, as the Wayne Generals coach. That's just third base coach. I thought he was going to come to talk to Blue for substitutions, but he's just making his way over to third base. Yeah, it does not appear that Columbia City has made any sort of lineup or fielding substitutions here. So
We might see that, depending on if this keeps going the same way it is, we might see that going into the top of the fifth defensively. We'll see if the Eagles put up another goose egg here, or excuse me, if the Generals put up another goose egg here, and the Eagles put up at least one run, that'll be the 10-run spot. You may see some guys get in the top of the fourth that haven't started this game, or excuse me, the top of the fifth.
So, first pitch strike here, second pitch in, and it's hit waiting to left center.
There's the gap.
Yeah,
Nice shot.
It hit that gap perfectly, and Heinen able to throw that one in so that they don't score, or that the runner doesn't get any more bases out of it. That was Ladarius Griggs who was able to hit that double.
Good shot there by the four-hole hitter. Heinen did a great job of a nice backhand and made an accurate throw to the cutoff. And Schmidt has to work from the stretch here early in the fourth inning.
Kyle Romer up to bat now, takes first pitch, strike on that outside edge that we've talked about so much.
And you can bet that coaches are making sure that when we have this umpire again behind the plate, hey guys, remember, Wayne, we have the outside corner is given to you. And again, it can work for you and work against you. So Schmidt's done a great job at working it for him, and the Eagles are doing a great job at recognizing outside pitches are going to be there, and so they can take those.
Contact made down the right
Great
field
shot.
line.
Great hitting from the 5-hole. As Vanderfort's fumbling with it.
Yeah, he fumbled it, and
Good throw there to Getz.
Romer's just going to stay over it at second there. He was able to hit in Ladarius Griggs.
As Schmidt allows his first earned run of the season in his second outing in the top of the fourth. He gets a lefty-lefty matchup here. And that sun that was in the clouds for a little bit is back out and makes that tough for Vanderfort and Wright.
First pitch called strike there. Great placement. It looked to be just a little on that left edge of the box, but just very great placement. Second pitch a little high, though.
Great crowd here early on in the season for the Eagles, and we got some good Wayne General fans down there. I see some of the C-team squad hanging out and watching this game as they had their practice before.
Second pitch, swinging strike here. Count moves to 1-2. Schmidt just really ahead here. Maybe tried to get him to get the batter to bite here on something that you wouldn't necessarily try to swing at, and he did. It was a high pitch, swing and a miss. So 1 out on the board now. A runner on second base, and number 9, Caleb Richards up to bat now. Caleb Richards is the 7th batter in the lineup. Just before Ashton Berkey, who was able to hit himself a single last time out. Same with Caleb Richards. I believe they both hit singles, and then it came up to Cash Gaines, who just unfortunately couldn't keep it going.
Platt keeps that in front of him there. Haven't really seen any that I can remember, any pass balls from Platt. Schmidt has done a great job at not giving Platt a whole lot of tough work behind the plate.
Yeah. partly some of that's been on Platt, just able to keep sliding in front of him, making sure he's knocking him down, keeping him in front of him. Just been able to keep this Wayne team from being too aggressive, you know, racking up the runs that they need. As strike 3 comes in, 2 outs on the board now with 1 runner on second. Schmidt finally able to find his groove back, and now 2 outs on the board, only allowing 1 run in this inning here. The third base coach walks up to give a substitution. Courtesy runner running out there. Number 20, Ashton Berkey. Oh, it is not a different batter, but they did have a courtesy runner come out here. They had a courtesy runner come out there, but still, Schmidt able to find his groove back here after striking out another batter. Let's see if Schmidt does it again. As first pitch strike. Still beautiful weather out today. It's 65 degrees and sunny. Still feels like 65. Not a whole lot of wind coming through. Just, you know, beautiful day for baseball, and I'm glad these boys get out here and are able to play. One of those things that, like I talked about last game versus Churubusco, last year this varsity team did not get to play Churubusco due to a rain out, and the game was just never made up. So definitely a lot of chances out here to play now because just the lack of precipitation in the air. So count moves to 1-2, 2 outs on the board. Columbia City still holding an 8-run lead.
Yeah, you can bet that you know, with all this heat and no rain, that Coach Daly will be watering this field down and making sure it doesn't turn into a desert. He's always out here groundskeeping this place.
Yeah, it was an interesting thing during sixth period. I was able to look out here and saw both Wyatt Warner and Justin Daly working out on this field. School wasn't even over yet, but they were out here working on it just before opening day's game. So count 2-2, 2 outs on the board. Schmidt just ready to finish out this inning here, so Columbia City can rack up a couple more runs and maybe send this one home.
There's another shot into the shallow right center gap. As the Generals are putting together a string of hits, they tack on their 3rd run of the inning. And this is why you don't let up. This is why Coach Day was aggressive. This is why these guys, the Coach Bell and Daly and Deckman, are aggressive and they don't let up, because if you take out a couple of those runs here, it's only maybe 8-4, 7-4, and that's anybody's ball game.
Yeah, here we are, 2 outs on the board, but just slowly able to crawl back into this game. Wayne's now only allowing us to have a 6-run lead.
Nobody's up in the bullpen down there, so Schmidt's going to keep working through this and probably work through it through the 5th inning. Is this another swing and a miss?
Yeah, the reason that they may be trying to stick with Schmidt here is Cash Gaines is up to bat now, and he had a rough time out on the plate, and 3 strikes and he's down already. That was a quick at bat there, but you know, it almost seemed like Cash Gaines was just sort of afraid of the ball. He didn't want to be hit. He kept stepping towards that third base side when he was about to take a swing. New pitcher out on the mound, maybe. No, it appears that they're staying with no, it is a new pitcher. Maybe if we can read his number, we can identify him here. But no, not a surprise that the pitching switch comes out here. Just
looks like this might be Ladarius Griggs. Nope, excuse me. Yep, Ladarius Griggs. Coleman Clark's going to lead things off for the Eagles here in the bottom of the fourth as they look to put up at least 3 runs so they can maybe end this thing in the top of the fifth. Doubt we're going to be able to get the lights going. Eagles varsity squad had a nice practice under the lights. I believe it was Saturday.
Yeah, Columbia City just looking out here, just ready to go home, ready to get this game over with. It's one of those things where Columbia City here, you know, they 10-run ruled in their first game and should have definitely 10-run ruled in the game versus Cherubusco. Just unfortunate things happened. One thing led to another, but Columbia City was still able to pull out the win. And now here you are, three runs away from 10-run ruling this Wayne Generals team. Definitely looking to give it your all here and maybe retire him early this fine spring day. So Coleman Clark making his way up to the plate. Coleman Clark hasn't had a whole lot of chances when it came to fielding, but he's just been trying to keep his head up around the base paths. He's been walked one of these times. Actually, I think he's been walked a couple of times.
Looks like an Eagle. Varsity Eagles got their working on the band work down there. Might get some bullpen action.
Swing and a miss from Coleman Clark to make the count 1-1.
Could be Brady Schrader down there. Looks like number 18. See if Clark can get some lead-off action.
Count moves to 2-1 here. If Coleman Clark gets walked again, I believe that might be his third walk of the game. But you know, Coleman definitely looking to get on base here, see if he can add to his team's runs. And with Vandy right behind him, Vandy's hit, you know, doubles. I don't think he's hit a triple yet this year, but he's had his fair share of doubles. So if Coleman can maybe get onto that second base area, he can score off of a Vandy double. Coleman puts it way up in the air.
That could be trouble. Looks like, no, it is trouble. Yeah. And no one's covering second.
So Coleman able to go into second standing up after he hit a rocket up into the air into center field, and the center fielder, it bounced right out of the end of his mitt. And now Coleman Clark, you know, just right there ready to score for Drew Vanderford, you know. And Drew's just been one of those guys. He's been a monster hitter this year and looking to continue on his campaign. Taking first pitch strike, making the count 0-1. So, from the stretch, the second pitch comes in way high up towards Vandy's head there. Count moves to 1-1 here. So, still thinking about CC here and everything. You know, staying aggressive on the base paths will definitely get you this 10-run rule. The second strike comes in. Definitely get you this 10-run rule. And I know Daly's not looking to slow down. I don't think any of the CC team is trying to slow down either, but staying aggressive, you know, keeping the bats rolling, keeping the players running. That's what you just need to keep doing here if you want a 10-run rule. Wayne Vanderford hits a pop fly outside of the fence on the left field side there. Yeah, so Vanderford just looking to battle here, make sure he can get on base or at least get Coleman Clark to third here.
There you go. Something in the air.
Slaps one center field right over the head of the center fielder, and Coleman on his way inside, and Vanderford on his way to third. No, he stops and makes his way back to second. But there you go, Vandy double to score, Coleman Clark. I believe that is Vanderford's second double of the game. Now, here Devin Kreider walks up to the plate and could possibly do the same thing for Vanderford. You know, slap one way out into the outfield and score Vanderford. So, score moves 11-3 now. Just, slaps one to the second baseman, who apparently caught that and was able to step on second base to get both Vanderford and Kreider out.
That's about as perfect time as you can get, right up the middle, and just second baseman just in that spot for a pickoff attempt. And what would have been a single for Kreider just doesn't work out, and that's not going to, unfortunately, that's not going to show up on the stat sheet either. It's going to show up as a line out to the second baseman. Not going to show how hard it was hit, or the placement, or the just natural unluckiness.
Yeah. I initially thought that ball may have bounced and Vandy was on his way to third, but I just couldn't see over this bar that's up here for the backstop. But now Noble Heinen up to hit, who has been able to hit himself into play here.
There you go.
And
Good
hits
shot.
one past the second baseman, makes his way over to first.
Second baseman did not get in front of it, tried to stab it there to his left, and came up empty. And we're back to the top of the order with senior catcher Eli Platt.
So Eli Platt here, replaced by Zach Berry the last time he was out there on the base paths, and Zach was able to score off of a balk steal. Eli hits it way up into the air over shortstop, and the shortstop catches it. So just unfortunate hit there for Columbia City, who has the score is 11-3 in favor of Columbia City. But Schmidt on his way back out to the mound now. Does not appear that they will make any fielding changes.
Looks like Coach Bell's coming towards the back of the backstop.
So
we've got Colton Kneffelkamp going in for Noble Heinen in left field.
Vanderford still out there. Getz still out there. Bradbury and Coleman Clark still out there. It appears the only change they have made is Colton Kneffelkamp out in left field now.
So far, a pretty clean game defensively for the Eagles. Schmidt's done a great job at not allowing a ton of hard contact from the Generals offense, as he's going to stay out there and hopes to finish this game. The Eagles can put up 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th and send this one home early.
The score doesn't reflect it, but it almost appears Schmidt has been getting stronger throughout the game, striking out more and more players here. It's just unfortunate that Wayne's just able to read his pitches a lot easier now that they've seen him so much, but he's gotten a few strikeouts here, and Columbia City's just been able to rattle off a few plays that have gotten them outs. So, as we look on here, if Schmidt gets even stronger here, it might be a 3-up, 3-down inning. So, Jalen Billingsley up to bat now. So this would be the top of the order for Wayne, as first pitch ball is in the dirt. Schmidt may be trying to compensate for his throwing power here. His arm might start to feel it, but count moves to 1-1 now as he threw a pretty nice strike. Yeah, this would be his 5th inning pitching here. And as the second pitch comes in, it's another strike. So maybe Schmidt's got quite a bit left in that tank. As his 4th pitch, way outside. So Columbia City here still looking strong with their same lineup that they've had the entire time, besides the switch out left field. And Schmidt strikes out another batter. So number 7 walks his way up to the plate, Foster Kearns. Just 2 number 7s up at the plate right now. Number 7, Eli Platt, behind the plate, actually, catching. But at one point, Foster Kearns was even pitching during the 2nd and 3rd inning, I believe. So as the second pitch of this at-bat comes in, it appears that that was ball 2. Yeah, Schmidt just keeping a fast rhythm here, trying to make sure that he stays on top of it, but hits the batter, Foster Kearns, who is on his way down to the base.
Hey, get you a 2-ball. Here you go.
Yeah, Schmidt just trying to keep pace here, keep rhythm, making sure that Wayne does not get into their own groove, and just trying to keep them on their toes here. But as Eric Echeverria tries to call time here, maybe get Schmidt out of his groove. Schmidt throws over to first there to Kreider, but the runner, Foster Kearns, walks back in standing.
Schmidt's got that good pickoff move. Very deceptive.
So that first pitch to Eric Echeverria, way up by his head for ball 1. And strike 1 there as Echeverria tried to back away from it. Count moves to 1-1, 1 out on the board. And pitch comes in. Does not give him that outside edge like usual. Looked like it may have been a little high, but count moves to 2-1 here. So if you were the Wayne coach here, what would you want from your...
Got him. He got him.
Out at first base, the Platt to Kreider pick off there. That was just a nice play by both Platt and Kreider. Yeah, it didn't even appear that Kreider was ready for that play, but and if they score 2 runs, they will be able to get out of this game 10-run rule. That's my mic. That was my mic. This is yours. So, yeah. As I was saying, you know, just Columbia City looking here to score 2 more runs and eventually get themselves to 10-run rule Wayne and maybe be able to go home early tonight. So same pitcher as last inning, moving out to the mound now. You know, Columbia City may be looking to tee off him here as number 4 James Getz, who is the starter for the lineup, just, you know, timing up the pitches now. For his first hit of the game, he had a single, and then he was walked and hit by pitch, so he really hasn't been struck out or thrown out here. So maybe gets looking to repeat some of that behavior.
Yep. Eagles just need 2 runs here to send it home early. Looks like Wayne has maybe made some changes defensively. As head coach Tony Amst talking to the home plate umpire.
Catcher throws down here. Off throw, but that would pose well for Columbia City here if they are just able to get themselves 2 more runs.
Leading off for the Eagles, number 4, James Getz.
Yeah, if you're Columbia City here, you're looking to stay aggressive. Keep those bats rolling, you know, just try to make as much contact as possible. Even if it's infield contact, try to make the infield screw up here, get a couple errors. As first pitch strike comes in, it was on that inside top corner. I up in the zone that time too. Oh, but that one's called ball. If you're Columbia City here, you should just be coming out swinging at first pitch strike. You know, just trying to get what you can here to end this game out early. Swing and a miss from Getz there, moves the count to 1-2. He is down in the count. He's got to get a 2-strike stance here. Make sure he can put at least something into play, even if it's a bunt at this point. But you don't bunt on 2 strikes, so. Second ball.
Getz with a good eye. Works it back to 2-2 here. Just needs to put it in play. His speed will put the pressure on the defense.
Way up
Shoots
in
that
the
up.
air. It's on that left dugout side. Third baseman able to catch it. So Bradbury walking his way up to the plate now. Bradbury just a little bit taller, but I don't think he sacrifices much speed on that. Bradbury was able to move around the base paths swiftly and able to score himself a couple of times. So let's see if Bradbury can even put something in play here and give Columbia City what they need. First pitch strike
That's
swing.
gonna fall in.
It's going over, falls harmlessly into right field as Bradbury able to make it over to first.
Shortstop did a good job of covering second base to prevent Bradbury from advancing. And here's Schrader.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 18, Brady.
Schrader's got an ankle brace, shielding that ankle from any foul balls.
Yeah, if we get a Schrader home run here, that would be the end of this game. But we get a Schrader hit.
And Schrader doesn't like that as he wanted to swing the bat there. And now senior Landon Ida gets a chance to put one in the gap and score both of these.
Yeah, as Iden moves up to the plate here, Iden would definitely give Columbia City something to use here if he was able to hit one of his outfield balls like he usually does. Ball way high in the zone. Count moves to 1-0. Yeah, Iden's hit a couple into the outfield, and just if he's able to hit something else, you know, maybe swing one into right center field, score 2 runs, and that would be the end of this game. Second pitch comes in for ball 2. He turned in on that one a little bit as maybe he was looking to take that pitch and load the bases.
Iden's got the hitter's count here. Looking to square one up and the pick off to second.
Bradbury's safe. Close call there, though, as the pitcher's movement. Bradbury looked like he was going to take his secondary lead, but Almost got caught there. Again, the pickoff, and just again, Bradbury almost barely safe there. He made it. Barely out, I meant, but he was able to make it just in the nick of time.
Runner goes a third.
The hit and run was on, but foul over the backstop.
Good job at Iden of making contact with that. Daly still being aggressive down there at third base.
Yeah, Daly knows if he can get it all here with just an optimal swing here from Iden, slam one into the outfield, this game could be over in a quick play.
That's kind of trouble. That's
Into
trouble.
right field.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh, yep, that is trouble. And nothing Schrader can really do there is you got to go about halfway, and great job at the Generals defense at getting over to second base.
So 2 outs on the board, not a whole lot of breathing room for Coleman Clark up to hit now, but Iden could potentially get this team to balk steal an error again. It was a great balk steal from Zach Berry and Keegan Spencer to score 2 runs on it after just an error thrown by the pitcher. Iden thought about making his way over to second, but turned back and went over to first. The catcher ready to throw down there. Counts 1-0, 2 outs on the board. Columbia City still has their 11-3 lead, 2 runs here, and Columbia City would be ending this game early. Count moves to 1-1 after a foul ball off the backstop. If there was just a way, if we could get Coleman Clark to walk, Vanderford would come up to hit again, and Vanderford would be on his maybe 4th plate appearance now, and maybe hit one of his signature doubles that he's just been cranking this year.
Runner goes at second. No throw down. And here, just any ball in the outfield should score both runners here. If you can get something in the outfield.
Anything in the outfield that lands, yes, should score at least these 2 runs. And Coleman knocks one foul over the right dugout side. So Coleman Clark here, the count moves to 2-2 now. And not the count you necessarily want in a position like this. But he's just got to battle. He's got to do swing and a miss. And unfortunately, CC walking their way back over to the dugout now as everybody comes back out to field, and Brady Schrader on the mound now. So Brady, the last time he came out, I believe, was during the Churubusco game when the score was 6-9 or something of that sort, and Brady was able to come out and end this game pretty quickly.
Yep, Schrader's got at least here the bottom of the top of the 6th, and if the Eagles can put two up in the bottom of the 6th, then that'll be it.
So it appears that the only switch they've made this time is just Brady Schrader out to the mound now, as Vanderford's back on his way to right. Colton Kneffelskamp's still out and left. And Iden making his way out to center. Coleman Clark still over at third. Bradbury still at shortstop. Getz still at second, and Kreider still at first. And the catcher behind the plate, Eli Platt. Yeah, Schrader's definitely got to give it his all here. if he's able to 3-up, 3-down these guys, or at least allow no runs, Columbia City would be in the same position that they'd only have to score 2 runs again to end out this game. So just, thinking as a Wayne coach, what would you want from your Wayne Generals right now?
Well, you got 2 innings to put up 8 runs, right? So you definitely want to put up – you need to start to string some hits together. You're probably not going to be super aggressive on the base paths as when we've been watching Platt throw down here at the end of each inning. He's been doing a really good job. Again, there's no runners on base, so there's no pressure, but he's done a really good job at just right there, putting it right on the money. Could be a little bit lower, but it is a really good throw down. You need to string some hits together. You got to be aware of that outside corner. Take it the other way. And you just got to, again, you got 2 innings to score 8 runs. So you're hoping for at least 2, maybe 4 or more here to definitely keep you alive.
Schrader's first pitch in the dirt.
Probably going to see some faster velo with a fresh arm on the mound with Schrader.
Second pitch called strike. Schrader's throwing so hard that Platt just couldn't hold on to that one. A little high in the zone there. Count moves to 2-1.
Definitely don't want to put the first man on via a walk here. And Schrader works that back to 2-2. Schrader trying to be very quick and efficient on the mound. Wastes no time getting set with the windup. As that one bounces in front of Platt. Full count here.
So from the windup, Schrader throws a pitch. Batter takes his base.
Schrader trying to find that outside corner that has been there most of the evening and just a little bit too much outside.
Number 15, Kyle.
And we are with the middle of this general lineup. See if we can get a ground ball here up the middle in turn 2 to get pitcher's best friend.
Swing and a miss, strike 1 there. As Schrader definitely has the higher velocity when it comes to him versus Schmidt. But it looks like he's just sacrificing a little bit of the accuracy here. And as I say that, the count moves to 0-2. Schrader trying to make me eat my words up here.
Schrader looking for the strikeout or double play. Nice job, Platt. Keeps that and got his hand there, a little stinger. I don't think Platt has allowed any pass balls so far today. Been a brick wall back there. Schrader looks back the runner at first. There's a shot to right. Vanderford's going to give chase. What a nice catch.
Able to catch it.
Sun's in his eyes. Battles
Wow.
the sun. That's good defense.
Yeah, just a beautiful play by Vanderford there. Able to just sprint to catch up to that ball. It was just an awesome play. And now here we have a lefty up to bat now, and Vanderford hugging that right foul line edge as Brady throws a beautiful outside edge strike.
Oh, double play. Turn it quick. Got him.
Yeah, got both of them double play. Schrader able to turn it over to, I believe that was the shortstop Bradbury, who was able to sling it over to Kreider. Just, yeah, beautiful play, beautiful double play there.
Time to put this one away.
So, yeah, your Columbia City here still only 2 runs away from ending this game out earlier than expected. Not earlier than expected, but earlier than just going the full 7 innings. So, you know, as you walk into this inning, do you think about making any lineup changes? Maybe giving a guy who's a speedster a chance to go up to hit, or maybe taking somebody who looks more like a power hitter and trying to put them up to bat.
Yeah, I think you may see a couple of substitutions here. It looks like we got Colton Kneffelkamp staying in for Noble Heinen coming up here soon. I think in this situation, you are looking at just keep doing, doing what you've been doing, and probably going to keep the same lineup that you have. I haven't seen a ton of games this year, so I'm not sure if Coach Bell and company have a rotation that they work with some of these players. If we got one guy that where they're going to alternate these guys in and out beginning of the season to see which one's going to get that kind of full-time starting job. Looks like the Generals have a new pitcher on the mound. Caleb Richards moves from third base to the mound.
Yeah, this guy appears to be very accurate here after hitting just a down-the-middle strike. Maybe this is something where, Columbia City walks up to the plate here and just starts swinging at everything they can. So, Drew Vanderford moves up to bat now. And Drew has hit himself just many a double. Just been cranking him out there. So, Drew probably looking for another double here to get into scoring position early in the inning as the first pitch comes in low. So, if you're Columbia City here, you're probably looking for just aggressive baseball, making sure that they can just up this lead to get out of this game early. Vanderford drives one to the shortstop. Shortstop slings it over to first for the out. Yeah, that's unfortunate for Vanderford there, but, he's out here proving that you can definitely hit off this guy. Now, Kreider's just got to get up under that ball just a little bit, maybe drive one into to left center here. Actually, that right center gap is pretty big if he can pull that, but over to the shortstop. Shortstop slings it, and another out at first. So that is 2 6-3 plays that have happened in the span of less than a minute. And Colton Kneffelkamp getting his first chance to bat here.
Colton's got some good walk-up music. Will come and get your love.
Colton kind of looked at that pitch, almost tried to swing at it, but good-eyed it and took ball 1 there. Yeah, Kneffelkamp, the times that I've seen him play, he's definitely had a power swing, but that one's driven over to second base, and second baseman rips it over to first for the third out. 3 up, 3 down. So, just unfortunately curt inning for Columbia City there. But all they've got to do is survive this last top of the inning here, and this game's over.
He's got to get 3 more. Eagles will move on to 3-1 as they head into a competitive end of the week. This Eagles team will start to get tested as not as experienced senior-wise as last year's group. So we'll really get to see what this group's made of as we get into the middle of this season, as I'm sure they'll have a chance to handle a lot of adversity. At Wawasee on Thursday, and then they host Warsaw on Friday. Usually, the games against Warsaw are always a tough battle. Eagles haven't been able to quite get the W against Warsaw for a handful of years. But as you've mentioned earlier, Zayden, we'll have some beautiful weather with the rest of this week. We'll see if the Eagles can go 3-0 to start the week after spring break.
So first pitch ball there. Brady just looked not his strongest starting the innings, but as the innings have, as his first inning he pitched went on, he was able to, he looked stronger pitching. So let's see if he's able to pull that one out here now. As third pitch ball.
I think we'll give that one a wild pitch.
Yeah.
Platt didn't really have a whole lot of time to slide over and prevent that from going to the backstop.
And 4 pitches, 4 balls there. As number 9, Caleb Richards, made his way over to first base. Number 20, Ashton Berkey, up to bat now. Ashton has been able to make contact with the baseball several times now, but with Brady up to pitch now, his first pitch swinging strike. Ashton definitely just looking to be able to keep his contact game rolling.
Thing you don't want to do here on defense is start to get lazy and think this one's over here, even though you're up 8. You want to keep doing the same things you've been doing. Infield, right, left, top as that pitch is getting in to the catcher. Right field's finally getting a little bit of a shade there from some of these trees behind the press box. And
number 20 hit by pitch. Schrader pitched that one way inside, and even though Ashton Berkey tried to dodge it, he was just unable to get out of the way.
He's definitely earned first base after that one.
Cash Gaines up to bat now, and both the times he's gone up to bat. You know, both the times he's gone up to bat, he's stepped towards that third base side a little more, opening himself up to the ball, and just, you know, hasn't had a whole lot of power and a whole lot of range with his bat. As first pitch thrown is strike.
Looks like the lights have been turned on.
Here you go, when you're 1-1. When you're 1-1, fill it up. Let's go.
Schrader's starting to get a feel for the strike zone here. See if you get another double play ball like you did to end the top of the 6th. And a throw down to first. This time he's back in time. Platt definitely staying aware back there. And Schrader finds the strike zone again. The count goes to 2-2.
So, yeah, as the count moves to 2-2 here, Columbia City still has their 11-3 lead. Full count now, but Columbia City still has their 11-3 lead and has a lot of breathing room to just move on, you know, strike a couple guys out, you know. Just put something, make sure that if something's put in play, pick it up, you know, throw it over to the nearest base here. Strike 3 there.
Chased one out of the zone as the Generals are down to the final 2 outs.
Now batting number 16, JVO Billingsley.
As they're back to the top of the order. Schrader pumps the fastball for strike number 1.
Foul tip right over the booth up here. Count moves to 0-2. Brady has a lot of breathing room to just, you know, see if he can get this batter to chase one.
Schrader hits the second man of the inning to load the bases. Looks like Coach Huffman's going to make his way to the mound, the slow walk to the mound. So you got to be careful. Yeah, bases loaded, 1 out. If you start stringing a couple hits together, this game can get to, you know, 11-6, 11-7, and this Generals team has some life and will get some momentum. Crazier things have happened in the game of baseball than an 11-3 lead blown. As Coach Huffman makes a quick mound visit.
Yeah, if you're Columbia City here, you're seeing bases loaded and you're thinking, you know, when I field this ball, what's the closest base I go to, you know? You know, if you're Coleman Clark, you hustle over to third base. If you're one of the middle infielders, you want to look to turn it for a double play, and Kreider may even look to turn it for a double play here too. And then if anything's hit short, Brady's got to get up and get that ball so he can throw it over to Platt for the force out at home.
Eagles doing a good job at being crisp, and there goes a pass ball, and that's going to bring in 1.
So, score moves to 11-4 now. Runners on second and third, and only 1 out in this inning. I don't think you necessarily fear anything huge here as Columbia City, but definitely got to look out for those 2 runners that are close to that are in scoring position now.
Well, they haven't really made great contact against Schrader. Now, again, he's been a little bit out of the zone, but still, they haven't made a lot of great contact, so you just need to put the ball over the plate and trust your defense here. As it counts at 3-0, so we'll probably see a red light.
Count moves to 3-1 now as Schrader's making his way back into the count.
Looks like junior Steven Neller's getting warmed up, and lefty down there in the Eagles bullpen.
Ball low, bases are loaded once again.
Still only 1 out. Eagles have the lead 11-4 as the 3-hole hitter steps in. Another great reason why you stay aggressive in the early innings and take all the runs you can get. See if we can turn it. And
Oh!
hides, and we're going to throw it around. We're going to throw it around. Okay, good.
Nice field by
Good.
Coleman Clark there. Yeah, just unfortunate play there. Brady picked it up. You know, he turned around to throw it to second, but when he released the ball, he released it just a little off too early, and it made its way out into center field. Hayden able to pick it up, and he tried to get the runner at third out, but Coleman Clark able to field the ball, make sure they don't score any more runs than they already have.
One thing you don't want to do on the mound here is you don't want to press yourself. You just need to go back to your mechanics. Keep it simple. Don't try anything different. You keep going with what your muscle memory goes with. As Bradbury takes the big hop, and they'll get the out at second.
So score is 11-7 now. 2 outs on the board, 1 runner at first base. You know, Columbia City not too worried here, but you know, as the momentum starts rolling for Wayne, you've definitely got to be on your toes. You know, you don't want to start forcing plays and, you know, not let anything happen.
Yeah, your tying run is in the hole at this point. Schrader finds the strike zone. Count goes to 1-1. And again, the Generals haven't really hit the ball that hard off of Schrader. They've gotten their 4 runs here from just the Eagles beating themselves. This is one of those where you get this game out of the way now so that we don't have this type of game later in the season when it is a closer matchup. Come back and learn from this. Still only your 4th game of the season. Count goes to 3-1.
Yeah, count moves to 3-1, 2 outs on the board, and the score is 7-11 now. As count moves to full.
Throw that same pitch again, and this game's going to be over here.
Yeah, at this point, if you're Brady, you don't even have to throw anything real hard. Just make sure that ball gets in the strike zone. See if you guys can make a play. And it was too low. So number 15 makes his way down to the base, and number 13, a lefty, comes up to hit.
Number 13, Landon.
And we got runners at first and second. Ooh. Outside corner is given.
Yeah, count moves to 0-1 here, and you know, just you gotta throw strikes at this point.
And there's a routine ground ball to Bradbury. Flips it to Getz, and that will conclude this matchup as the Eagles move to 4-1.
Yeah, just, you know, a little rougher towards the end there, but Columbia City still able to hold out, allow the game to. It didn't end as early as they could have ended it, but still Columbia City able to win, and that's something to talk about. A win is a win.
All right, you take the W's when you can get them.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you know you got to think like what do you preach to the guys here as Wawasee comes up, and Wawasee is definitely a tougher matchup than Wayne Generals here. You know, what do you preach? You know, just staying with it to the end of the game. You guys got to stay up on your feet. Or, you know, we got to stay aggressive through the whole game. It's one of those things where there's still a lot to improve, even though they played a perfect game throughout the beginning. Just one thing they got to improve is just finishing it out. Still, though, Columbia City was able to hold them to several scoreless innings, and the lead shouldn't have dwindled that much towards the end of the game, but it was probably Columbia City relaxing, knowing they got this in the bag, and Wayne almost came back in this game really fast, just that last inning.
Yeah, they really only had one inning with the crooked number. Eagles, again, those first 4 innings, they put up some runs, and then the Generals quieted those Eagles bats with the last 2 innings there in the 5th and the 6th inning. And I think you still got to be happy, proud of your Eagles. They were aggressive. The bats were alive. They took advantage of what was given to them. And you just got to go into Thursday and Friday with the same attitude of being aggressive and staying in a good headspace as you keep going to this deeper into the season, and it's going to start to you're going to start to get close to the grind of the end of April, early May, where games are almost every single day, and some weeks you'll have 6 games in 5 days.
Yeah. So Columbia City, it was a really strong performance at the beginning of the game. A lot of bats rolling, a lot of steals, stuff like that. And as you think here, that whole finishing out part, as Columbia City started to move on, was it Columbia City's fault that they were starting to lose the lead, or was Wayne actually starting to pick it back up? I mean, you could argue that it was both sides of the ball that started to do it. Because Brady's pitching wasn't the best. It was definitely higher velocity and was catching some of those boys off guard. Just one of those things where it's like, you got to throw strikes and stuff like that. But still, at the beginning of the game, strong performance by Columbia City. They had that one in the bag at the beginning. Just strong pitching by Lucas Schmidt. And then when Brady came in to relieve, he had a strong first inning. But when it came to that second inning there, the lead started to dwindle, and you could definitely see Columbia City was starting to think like, uh-oh, we need to get out of this inning. We just need to finish it off right here.
Yeah, they did a good job of not letting that get out of hand, staying mentally tough there through the end. That's just something that you're going to have to keep doing as you get deeper into this season, and where the grind's really going to get to be a grind. You're going to face teams that are going to put a lot of pressure on you. And Wayne didn't really put a lot of pressure on them on the base paths, so you'll probably see some of that versus Wawasee and or Warsaw. So Eagles, they just got to keep doing what you're doing. You get 2 days of practice, get some chance to get back in your rhythm from having pretty much a whole week off, and pick things back up where hopefully you left off after tonight.
Yeah, a little bit of that motivation from the win over Churubusco was definitely hindered by spring break, and just that it was so hindered by spring break, and that practice Saturday was probably what gave Columbia City the preparation to come out and win this game. It's just one of those things, The motivation from winning games previously before has so much of an impact on next game. If one team comes in, they just won their last game, and another team comes in and they lost their last game, it's one of those things where teams kind of just, they feed off of that motivation. They feed off of that momentum. As Columbia City moves to 3-1 now, they're starting to feel good about their team. They're starting to feel good about their record, and they can definitely carry that momentum into Wawasee. Now, if Wawasee won their last game, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a real huge battle, and whoever comes out on top will definitely it'll move on to the next game, is what I'm trying to say. It's like, You've got to keep that positive attitude. You've got to go up there thinking, I'm going to hit this ball so hard it's going to fly out of the park, Just making sure you go up there and get a hit or if you're pitching or if you're fielding, you just got to remember to focus. I'm going to do good. I'm going to have a great game today. It's half of baseball. Half of baseball is mental. It's not making the mental mistakes.
Well, they got a good chance to get the momentum going. Zayden, thanks for having me tonight. I got to head out. Look forward to keep hearing the WJHS Studios keep putting these broadcasts for baseball and softball together. Appreciate John Peters, Zeke, and some of the other names that I'm not catching, but appreciate all the hard work and production you guys put in this. So I'm not sure if you have a post-game interview or not, but Zayden, I got to head out. Appreciate you allowing me to come on, man.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Ambrose. You were a great help tonight. All right, so I think that's where we're going to end off. Thank you to the wonderful people back at the station, Jonathan Peters, Jaden Jones, Lexi Harker, Gavin Bentley, and sorry to anybody else who I missed, but thank you to those guys at the station. They were an awesome help. Went down a couple times, and they fixed the problem quickly. So thank you. For listening, for my broadcast partner, and I'm Zayden McKenzie, telling you the final score was 7-11 in favor of your Columbia City Eagles. Good night, everybody.